The banks of the river Nile shimmered under a golden sunset as 3 fairies arrived, each determined to win the heart of the great river spirit. A floating palace of mist and water formed in the air, where the river spirit lounged lazily on a throne of rippling waves. His body shimmered like liquid silver, his voice a deep, commanding echo. "Welcome, my lovely fairies," he declared, his eyes glinting. "One of you shall become my queen, and together, we will create the most powerful magical children in history." Dramatic zoom-ins on each fairy's face followed. Lumina, draped in a gown of sunbeams, flipped her golden hair. "I was born to rule beside a god." Morta, veiled in swirling mist, smirked. "I'll give you children who can drown kingdoms in poison." Era, wrapped in desert winds, crossed her arms. "You need someone who can survive without you. I am the future." The river spirit chuckled, his form shifting like a mirage. "Let the trials begin." A dazzling title card appeared in the sky. Who will be the river's bride? The fairies competed through a series of outrageously ridiculous challenges. The first challenge, Flood or Flourish, tested who could summon the best magical rainstorm. The second, Rapids Rumble, challenged them to ride the wild river without falling off. The final test, Seduce the Spirit, required them to enchant the river spirit with a magical dance. After absurdly dramatic slow-motion montages, Lumina won the final trial with a sun-kissed whirl of fire and light. The river spirit declared her his queen. A grand wedding followed, filled with glowing water, dancing flames, and music carried by the wind. But, in a shocking twist, the river spirit also married the other 2 because, why not? He was a mythical water deity, not a one-fairy guy. Shocked reactions and fake gasps erupted across the realm. The newlywed fairies wasted no time and each gave birth to their respective magical mermaid children. Lumina's light mermaids glowed like fire, their voices capable of boiling water. Morta's toxic mermaids carried the power to turn any river into a pool of poison. Era's sand mermaids controlled drought, draining entire water bodies with a flick of their fins. For a while, things were chaotic but manageable. Then, the river started drying up. Lumina, Morta, and Era stood at the shrinking riverbank, their eyes narrowing at the river spirit, who suddenly looked way less godly and way more demonic. Honey," Lumina said, folding her arms. "Why is the Nile disappearing?" The river spirit's body twitched, his liquid form turning cracked and dry. Morta gasped. "Wait a minute, you're not a river spirit." A dramatic zoom-in followed. The river spirit laughed darkly, his body shifting into a grotesque drought demon with jagged, cracked skin and hollow, thirsty eyes. "Foolish fairies," he roared, "I never wanted love, I wanted your mermaid offspring to destroy the world's water." The fairies exchanged horrified glances. The mermaid children freaked out, their magic spiraling out of control. The light mermaids' boiling songs turned lakes into steaming cauldrons. The toxic mermaids spread poison downstream, killing off plant life. The sand mermaids whipped up a storm, drying entire lakes. "He used us," Eris screamed, throwing a hurricane-force slap at the demon. "We need a magical divorce, now," Lumina shouted. The fairies turned on their so-called husband and prepared for the fight of their immortal lives. The drought demon unleashed his full power, cracking the riverbed and summoning an endless drought. But the fairies were done being played. "Babies, attack," Lumina commanded. A massive battle erupted on the banks of the Nile. The light mermaids sang so loud that their boiling magic burned the demon's skin. The toxic mermaids turned his energy into a pool of poisoned sludge. The sand mermaids drained his last drop of moisture, leaving him weak and gasping. The fairies combined their powers, unleashing a final mermaid obliteration blast. The demon screamed, sizzled, and exploded into dust. The river returned, full and flowing once more. Victorious beauty shots captured the fairies flipping their hair as a dramatic orchestral theme played. The fairies high-fived as their mermaid children splashed happily in the now restored Nile. "I told you this marriage was a bad idea," Morta said, shaking her head. Lumina groaned. "At least we got cute kids out of it." Era smirked. "And we finally got rid of that cheating river demon."